The second chance. Rain streaked down the windshield in uneven lines, wipers struggling to keep up. The radio crackled faintly as Lilia drove down the dark stretch of highway, her knuckles white on the steering wheel. She hated this road now. It was the same one where, just a week ago, she almost died. The doctors called her survival a miracle. The seatbelt had snapped right before her car spun off the road, somehow throwing her clear, just as the front end crumpled into twisted metal. They said if she'd stayed buckled in, if the seatbelt hadn't broken, she'd be dead. Everyone called it a second chance. Now, as she drove that same route home after work, her heart raced at every curve. She told herself she was just facing her fear. The highway was quiet, empty except for the hum of her engine and the rain tapping like fingertips on glass, but the silence felt wrong, too still. She adjusted her seatbelt, tugging at the strap. It felt tight across her chest, almost like it was holding her a little too close. "Relax," she muttered, forcing a nervous laugh. "You're fine." The radio cut to static. She frowned, reaching to adjust the dial. The static shifted, then she heard it. A whisper beneath the noise. "Shouldn't have walked away." Her hand froze. The whisper dissolved back into static, and she quickly turned the radio off. Her pulse thudded in her ears. "Just the signal," she told herself. "Old cars pick up weird stuff all the time." But when she glanced in the rearview mirror, she thought, just for a second, she saw someone sitting in the back seat. A figure, faint, pale. She jerked her head around. Nothing there. Just an empty back seat and the faint smell of rain. Lilia exhaled shakily and turned her eyes back to the road. That's when she felt it, a slow, steady tug on her seatbelt. It wasn't her imagination this time. The strap tightened across her ribs, pulling her backward into the seat. She yanked at it, panicking. What the hell? The seatbelt gave a violent twitch, locking in place. The pressure on her chest grew heavier, almost like invisible hands pinning her there. She slammed her foot on the brake, the car screeching to a stop in the middle of the deserted highway. Rain hammered the roof. Her breath came in short, fast gasps. Then suddenly, the pressure stopped. The seatbelt hung loose again, swinging slightly. She sat there for a long moment, trembling. The road ahead disappeared into fog. Her headlights barely pierced it. "Not again," she whispered. "Not this road, not again." She reached for the door handle, but before she could open it, she felt it. A small, deliberate tug, then another. Her seatbelt tightened, the fabric creaking. "Stop!" she screamed, clawing at the latch. It wouldn't release. The strap dug into her chest, tighter, tighter, until it cut off her breath. Somewhere beneath the rain, she thought she heard that whisper again. "You shouldn't have walked away." The seatbelt snapped. The car lurched forward. She didn't touch the gas pedal. The engine roared as if pulled by unseen hands, tires screeching across wet asphalt, straight toward the same bend where she'd crashed a week before. Her last sight was her own reflection in the rearview mirror, wide eyes staring back, and something sitting behind her, smiling. When the car was found the next morning, the police report noted something strange. The seatbelt had broken again, exactly the same way as before. But this time it was wrapped around her neck.